Hey everyone, Carl Sanquist here with Italy Workshops. I'm a landscape photographer and I love helping our guests in Italy capture and refine incredible images. Venice at sunrise feels like stepping back in time. And I wanted to create an image to reflect that quiet beauty before the city comes to life. Today, we're visiting one of the most famous views in Venice, looking down the Grand Canal toward the Basilica di Santa Maria della Salute. Built in the 17th century, the basilica was constructed as a votive offering to end a devastating plague. Its domes have become one of the most recognizable silhouettes in the city. We got up early to be here on Accademia Bridge before dawn. The goal here was to capture the peaceful, golden glow as it spreads across the historic buildings and reflects in the canal. I positioned the composition so that the buildings on either side naturally frame the basilica, leading the eye toward the center of the image. Now that we have the shot, let's jump into post-processing to bring out the mood and beauty of this scene. The first step was balancing the exposure. Sunrise can be a bit tricky because the sky brightens quickly while the buildings are still in shadow. Because of this, I shot a set of bracketed exposures, one underexposed to capture the rich detail in the sky, and another overexposed to bring out the shadow detail in the buildings. This helped me preserve the full dynamic range of the scene, which is especially important at sunrise when light levels shift quickly. Next, I combined those bracketed exposures into a single base image, giving me a balanced foundation with all the key details intact in both the highlights and shadows. From there, I built out the micro-contrast, refining the subtle details in the architecture and water without going overboard, just enough to give the image some depth and texture. One of my favorite parts of the process came next, shaping the light. I selectively enhanced areas where the morning sun begins to hit the buildings, giving the scene direction and helping the viewer's eye naturally follow the light. After that, I worked on enhancing the directional light on the church itself, carefully accentuating the way that warm sunlight wraps around the dome and facade without making it feel artificial. I also added some gentle shadow detail back into the dome, making sure it felt illuminated by the ambient light of the scene while still keeping the overall contrast soft and natural. Then came color grading. Sunrise in Venice brings out a unique palette, golden tones reflecting off the old facades, pink and lavender hues in the sky, and cooler blues down in the water. I worked to balance those elements so that the warmth didn't overpower the subtle cool tones in the shadows and reflections. Finally, using luminosity masking, I added a gentle glow to the highlights, especially where the light kisses the edges of the buildings and the water, to create that timeless, cinematic atmosphere Venice is known for. And that's the final image. If you want to improve your landscape photography or just get started with the craft, come join me at Italy Workshops. You'll shoot in stunning locations like this, get hands-on guidance in the field, and learn how to bring your images to life in post-processing. It's a fantastic way to take your skills to the next level, and to be honest, we have a really great time doing it. That's it for this one. See you next time.